Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 34 of This Week in Geek. This is the podcast where we talk what happened this week in Geek. My name is Ren, and I am, of course, always joined by my good co-host, Zach Pope. How are you doing today, Zach?
Oh, doing great, man. Saw some great movies this week, seeing more movies next week, and a lot of great trailers dropped this week.
A, a lot of trailers dropped this week. I
Yeah.
will say that. I don't want to give away my thoughts on any of them just yet. But of course, you guys know how this works. Or in case you don't, whether you're watching us live on YouTube or you're listening to us on Spotify, and every episode goes up on Spotify. Is it Monday that they go up on
It's
Spotify?
supposed to. There's a load back issue,
Supposed to.
so it's kind of
Okay.
behind
There's
now.
Okay, so I trust that Zach will take care of the load back, and so we apologize for that. Clearly, I'm not the one who takes care of the Spotify portion of the show. But yeah, whether you're watching us live on YouTube or you're listening to us on the replay on Spotify, thank you so much for finding us. Whether you're going on a jog, on a commute, whether you're pumping out at the gym, however you're finding us, thank you for finding us. As we do every week, we're going to run through the main topic of the show before going into our live questions. But before going into our main topic, there's still one segment of the show we need to get through, and that is the weekly ranking. That's when we look back on everything we watched this week and rank it from the worst to the best. We do it for our own lists, and then we bring up your lists. So without any further ado, I'm going to get us started today. And I did not watch a lot this week. I watched 3 movies, and that is it. And so at the very bottom, this is the Prime Video original, The People We Hate at the Wedding. This has an excellent cast. This has a really fun premise, but every character in this is an absolutely despicable human being. And so it wasn't that fun. Sadly, I really like Kristen Bell. I really like Allison Janney. I really like Cynthia Adai Robinson. I do not like Ben Platt, but everyone in it, the characters themselves, are just insufferable little shits that you want to slap around the face. So, unfortunately, did not live up to the hype. Over that, I'm going to have the new Netflix original Troll. This is a Norwegian fantasy. They say it's a fantasy action, but it doesn't really have that much action. Really falls short of its potential. It's fine. It's watchable. It's reminiscent of your King Kongs and your Godzillas and a little bit of Jurassic Park. But I wanted more of the folklore of it. I wanted to dive more into the characters. I just feel very surface level and serviceable. The entire film is exactly that. It's a bit serviceable. There's a mid-credit scene in case you're interested. And so, yeah, there's a mid-credit scene. But easily the best thing I watched this week, man, Violent Night. I'm going to be watching this every Christmas. This is a blast from beginning to end. Love the kills, love the use of swear words, love that it actually has a heartwarming, encouraging Christmas message at the core of it all. It's just tremendous fun to watch. You do not feel the runtime whatsoever, and everyone does a great job. So that comes in at number 1. Zach, passing it over to you.
Sweet. I watched a lot this week. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. So at the bottom, the embargo has at the bottom is Bad Moms Christmas. I don't hate this movie, nor do I love it. I just kind of watched it, and my fiance wanted to watch it. So there's that.
I hate it for you. It's awful.
At my next up coming up is Emancipation. I got to see this one, and I was not that impressed by it. Will Smith's incredible. Direction's pretty great, but it's very hollow and very one note, and I've seen it all before. I'm not going to get too much into it because I know you haven't seen it run yet, but I'll just leave it at that. Up next after that, I have Jack Frost with Michael Keaton. Don't know why. I really enjoy this stupid snowman movie. It's really enjoyable to me, but take that as for what you will. And then up next, I have How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Jim Carrey, perfect in the role. I have fun with this movie for what it is. Yeah, you don't like that one.
Oh, you meant the original.
Nah.
No, I don't. It's awful.
I'm not a fan of that one either. Leading in from there,
What do you? Whoa! What do you mean you're not a fan of that one? The original, the animated short?
I've only seen it once. I don't even really remember it.
What?
Yeah,
that's the
This
How
is
the
the
Grinch
version
Stole
I grew
Christmas.
up on. This is the version I grew
That
up on.
is, you disgust me more and more each day.
It's all right. It's all good. After that, I have, which one should I do? After that, I have spoiler alert. I got the stars for Jim. It stars Jim Parsons, Ben Aldridge. This is a movie that I thought was a comedy. Because I never saw the trailer, just saw who was involved, and I saw that it had the director of The Big Sick. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna be like a dramedy, you know, comedy here, drama there. Oh fuck no, this is a straight up drama. There's humor in it, but it's a straight up drama. So be warned.
So my guess is they put all the humor in the trailer.
Well, I never saw the trailer, so I'm assuming so.
So
probably.
the trailer does tell you like what the spoiler is, like what is going on. So okay. there's a dramatic.
Yeah, you find that out in the first.
There's a dramatic core, but there's still a ton of humor. Like it gives you the sense of, oh, it's still gonna be somewhat like The Big Sick, where there's a very serious situation going on. But it's still very comedic.
Yeah, this is very much. I mean, it's a sweet movie. It's definitely a sweet movie. I was surprised by it, and Jim Parsons. This is my one where I was like, Jim Parsons leading a movie, really? He's really good. He's really good. So is Ben Aldridge. So I was surprised by this one. I didn't love it, but I really liked it. Up next after this, I have Violent Night. I thought Violent Night is the brand new Christmas classic. The second this ended, I wanted to rewatch it again. I'm actually really depressed that I'm not going to be able to stream it or like buy it this Christmas holiday season because, you know, it's going to hopefully make a lot of money. So it stays in theaters all Christmas season. If not, I'm sure it'll go on streaming and then I can rent it. But yeah, this was a really fun ass movie and I enjoyed the hell out of it. After that, I have National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I fucking love this movie. It is so stupid, but for some reason, it just reminds me of my family. So I'm just like very into that fucking movie. And then after that, I remember you reviewed this. So I went into this movie not that excited because it just seemed a lot of people were disappointed in this film when it premiered. And that is White Noise. I finally got to watch this and I did not know what to expect from this. But I really dug it. In fact, the more that I've sat on it, the more I've liked it. It is very hollow. I wish it was a little bit more in-depth and emotional. Like, I wish I could get more invested in everyone. But I just had a fucking time with this film. Like, it's so weird. But Noah Baumbach, like, this is his highest budgeted film. One of my favorite shots, and you'll know which one I'm talking about.
I mean, it makes sense, but yeah.
Is he's having to put gas in a car. Yes. And you see the Shell sign behind him. That is such a brilliant fucking scene. Like, I don't know. I really dug it. It kind of lost me a little bit at the end, like right, very, very much at the end, like before the credits started. But besides that,
oh, okay.
Yeah, but besides that, I really dug what he was doing. I just wish I could get emotionally developed with each character, but that kind of is whatever. Up next, I have Shrek. Rewatched the Shrek movie. It's a classic, man. Like, what else can I say? I fucking love this movie. But at my number 2 for this week, my friend, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I'm going to leave it there. I am shocked that I'm even saying this. Yes, I think I like it more than the original Shrek. I genuinely mean that.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna see it again before I do my ranking, but it's fucking great. This is one of my favorite films of the year. I never thought I would say that. I'm genuinely surprised. But I do have a biasness, just so everyone knows. Puss in Boots is my favorite Shrek character. But I do not like his original movie. So take that as for what you will. It's fine.
His original movie is so good. It's the best out of the Shrek movies.
You're smoking pot, but okay.
Not right now. Not right now, I'm not.
But at my number 1, and you'll be happy, is The Whale. The Whale is one of my favorite films of this year. I had no idea what to expect. I only saw the poster. I never saw a trailer. The one trailer they put out that's like a minute long. I did watch your review and I watched 2 others, but I don't care about basically
the 2.
Yeah, I was really into this. Brendan Fraser should win. He should win Best Actor. There's no doubt about that in my entire brain and mind. I was speechless watching this film, and the last 5 minutes is fucking incredible. The last 5 minutes is incredible. It's something to behold, and I think a lot of people are really going to take a lot away from this movie. So I cannot recommend The Whale enough. But yeah, and then you'll be happy. This week I'm kind of nervous. I'm seeing The Sun on Thursday, so let's see if I'm one of the people who likes it.
Next week might be the last episode of This Week in Geek, depending on what Zach thinks of The Sun. High stakes, everyone. High stakes. All right, let's go into your weekly rankings now, and we start with Lucas C. Who goes, my early weekly ranking: number 1, Glass Onion; number 2, Bros; number 3, Violent Night. I would put Violent Night ahead of Bros. Number 4, Pixie, which I've never seen, but I know what it is. And number 5, Poker Face, Russell Crowe's latest film. I've heard of this, but I have no idea where to watch it. They didn't even know it was out already. Eric Thorpe, weekly ranking: number 1, The White Lotus, season 2, episode 5. Number 2, The Sopranos. Number 3, Glass Onion. I definitely put Glass Onion number 1 ahead of. Well, I never got that far in The Sopranos, but ahead of White Lotus.
I need to still watch The Sopranos.
Same. I know I saw the first season back when, but then I dropped off for other reasons. And when I go back, I'll start from the top for sure. Number 4, Road to Perdition, underrated movie. Number 5, The Bad Batch. Just put the Bad Batch in the garbage. Number 6, Enchanted, below Bad Batch. And number 7, the Star Wars Holiday Special. That also belongs in the garbage. Don't worry about that. All right. Weekly ranking from our good friend Patrick Burrow. The Slumber Party number 4, The Slumber Party Massacre. Number 3, Antichrist. Number 2, Violent Night. Fuck yes. And number 1, the quintessential quintuplets movie. Pure perfection. As a fan of both manga and anime, it's perfect. So this is an anime that I have never seen. I was invited to screenings and all that. I was invited to cover it, and I was like, I've never seen the anime, so I can't watch the movie. But I'm glad Patrick enjoyed it. SPC Bird, weekly ranking: number 1, All of Us Are Dead. Number 2, Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Number 3, Andor. Oh my god, I definitely put Andor far ahead of The Bad Batch. But glad you enjoyed The Bad Batch. João Magalhães, my weekly ranking is Wednesday, episodes 1 through 5. I'm almost done with that one as well. Number 4, The Greatest Showman. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 2, Glass Onion. And number 1, Bones and All. 2 of the best movies of the year right here at number 1 and number 2. Luis Feliciano, weekly ranking: number 3, Cobra Kai season 5. Number 2, Bridgerton season 1. And number 1, Wednesday. All right. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your weekly rankings. And now it's time to talk about the trailers of the week. And there were 4 big trailers this week, unless I'm missing something off the top of my head. Hang on. Oh, okay.
Just when you can.
Yeah. No worries. I was just sorry about this, guys. So there were 4 big trailers this week, unless I'm missing something off the top of my head. But they were the Super Mario Bros. Trailer. They were the Transformers Rise of the Beasts trailer. They were the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer, and the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny trailer.
And
and
you might be getting Last of Us and Spider-Verse today.
That's true.
So
that's true. But it didn't come before the show.
It didn't come before the show. How it used to be is things would get announced right after the podcast.
Yeah.
So probably right after here,
Yeah. So it was a packed week. I say, Zach, let's just go through the trailers like in the order that came out. So starting with the Super Mario Bros. Trailer, I broke my rule. I made this trailer the exception because I wanted to see a little bit more. And so I watched the second trailer for the Super Mario Bros. Trailer, and it's a good trailer. I liked what I saw. At the same time, I think it showed way too much, and not really in terms of story. It's not one of those trailers where I look and I thought, "Oh, I've seen way too much of the film." But in the sense where, oh, they have everything that is Mario in this movie, to the point where do they have enough time to tell a story?
Well,
Because
have you seen the
the movie,
runtime? Runtime's out. It's out there.
it's short, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
90
like only
minutes.
90 minutes. It's like
Yeah,
90
it's
minutes
90
with credits.
minutes. Like they have the
So,
Mario Karts, they have Donkey Kongs, they have all the islands and all the kingdoms and all that. We saw from the last trailer that there's a little bit that at least it looks like Luigi's Mansion, and this should probably be a really fast-paced movie. Let's acknowledge that. But then you also have a Mario training montage. Like, how long can that take? It just feels like right now. It feels like it's a movie that's going to be way overstuffed. So I'm trepidatious going into it, but the way it literally looks. I mean, if you ever wanted to bring the Super Mario Bros. Games to the big screen, that's how you want it to look. So in terms of animation, it looks like a blast. Chris Pratt's voice, it's still kind of pathetic that this is the Mario voice that we're getting. But it looks like fun. Does it look fantastic? No, not really. But does it look like fun? Fun enough, at least. Sure. What did you think?
I actually want to defend his voice. I actually don't hate it. This trailer actually made me not hate it. The reason I say that is because I grew up with that. I don't know if you ever did. Did you ever watch the animated Mario show?
No, I was not a
Okay.
Mario kid. I
Okay.
mean, the show
So
itself, I don't think even made it to TV, like
okay.
where I grew
And
up. So.
I mean, it really was hard. Like the only reason I found it is because I'd fucking eaten cereal that had the disc in it. Like it came with the DVD. So that's how I found out about the fucking show. So I grew up watching like repetitive episodes from there, and for me, I'm really into his voice. I can't say I'm really into it, but I like it, and it doesn't bother me as much because it reminds me of that voice. It's literally the
Okay.
same voice. It's just a wisecracking New York Italian accent. Like that's exactly what he's trying to do. In
Hey, I'm
fact,
walking over here.
yeah, like I'm gonna be honest, I would rather hear that than "It's a me, Mario, for fucking 4 hours. Let me fuck you." Then
It's only
you
90 minutes. That's the
for
thing.
90 minutes. I can't still fucking hear that. It's fucking annoying, you
Uh,
know? But you want to hear
no.
one thing? I wasn't impressed with Anya Taylor-Joy's. I mean, it just
Really?
sounds like Anya Taylor. To be honest, I'm mostly here for Bowser, Charlie Day as Luigi, and fucking Donkey Kong.
She's easily my favorite because
Oh,
Peach
really?
doesn't have that much of a personality. Like she doesn't have to do much. She can just be herself.
Okay, that makes sense then. But no, dude, I really dug this trailer. But I will say the second I walked away from it, I'm like, is this the whole trailer? Or is this the whole movie that I just saw? Like, I feel like I watched every giant set piece. The
Yeah.
start of it, the end of it, whatever it needs to be. I feel like I saw everything. I might not know the conclusion of the story. I could probably piece it together, but I feel like I saw a lot, and that's a little disappointing to me. So I kind of wish I didn't watch this trailer.
Yeah. I feel like they're hiding like the final set piece because we haven't seen anything with Mario and Bowser. Like not even a
Mhm.
quick glimpse. But yeah, I do like the idea of on Earth their company, their plumbing company is the Super Mario Bros, and so that's why Bowser thinks they're like these superheroes
That's
and
canon.
whatnot.
That's
I
canon.
think that's a
Well, I
that's a
guess
fun
not the
idea.
superhero part, but yeah, like
Yeah, I think
the plumbing stuff.
that's a fun idea
Yeah, so
for sure.
I like this trailer a lot,
Mhm.
and I'm more excited for this movie than I ever thought it would. But I'm telling you, if you guys aren't expecting this movie to make $1 billion, you're insane.
Oh, I'm
Um,
not.
yeah, I think it's gonna make $1 billion
I
worldwide.
don't.
Worldwide? Oh, hell yeah.
I don't see
I
it.
think so. I'd be shocked if it didn't.
I'm gonna be shocked if it does.
Let
As
me
of
put
right
it this
now,
way: if it doesn't, how do I put it? If it does make, if it's good, if it's a good movie, it's going to. If it's not, then no. But if it's actually genuinely as good as the trailer makes it to be, then yeah, I think so.
I mean, let's just hope it isn't as overstuffed as the trailer makes it to be, because it certainly looks like it's a lot going on for 90 minutes.
It's
All
a
right.
lot going on.
Moving on to the second trailer of the week, and that was Transformers Rise of the Beast. And I do not care what anyone says, this trailer is a fucking banger. This is a hype trailer. This is easily the best trailer any of these Transformers movies have put out since the original trailer for the original Transformers movie in 2007. Every trailer since then has sucked ass, has just been mundane and generic. Even the trailers for Bumblebee. And I really like Bumblebee as a movie, but the trailers going into it were just very, very all right. This trailer is a hype trailer. It looks epic. It looks grand. It feels fresh. It feels new that we now have these Transformers, Autobots, and the Terracons, and they transform into animals instead of cars. And little to no humans. There's 2 humans in the entire fucking thing. I love it. I love it so much. I want more of this. And Ron Perlman voicing Optimus Primal.
Yeah,
more of that, please. This trailer is something else. I could not have asked for a better trailer. As someone who was somewhat indifferent to this film. I didn't know, like, is Beast Wars like gonna work in live action?
Did you ever grow up with
Stephen
that?
Kipple. Oh yeah,
Okay.
100%. And visually, it has not aged well. Let's all admit that. It has not aged well. But yeah, I this trailer is fantastic. And if not for one of the other 2 trailers, this would have been the best trailer of the week. What did you make of this?
So clearly I've told you I know someone who saw this movie already. So I
Oh,
it's a little. Oh, did you not see that in the Twitter thing?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can't dive into deep because he like signed a thing.
It's called an NDA.
Yeah, an NDA. So I can't really say much more about. But what did I like about I thought the trailer was cool. I didn't love it though, and I think it's because I've just been burned in the past so many fucking times from an awesome Transformers trailer or a cool looking one.
But there have been none.
The movie. I think they always look cool, except the last one, not Bumblebee. The Last Night that
yeah, the last
awful
night
from the start.
The last garbage.
But I think the ending looks like that ending shot of all of them coming. That looks fucking cool to me. Like, and I am agree with you. I think it looks cool for Optimus Primal. I'm so burned by this, and how do you not bring back Haley Steinfeld? How the fuck do you not bring her back? So this takes place in the 90s instead of, I think the Bumblebee was the 80s. I could be wrong. Okay, so. You know, it is in the same continuity as Bay and as well as the Bumblebee film. So it's interesting. I love Anthony Ramos. I think Dominique, the one who plays Riri, is in this. So very excited to see.
No. That's Dominic Thorne.
Oh,
Dominic
Thorne
Fishback.
Okay.
No, Dominic Thorne plays Ironheart. The one in this is Dominic Fishback, who was in Project Power with
which
Jamie
I
Foxx.
really liked her. Okay, so I'm happy to see
and
that.
she was in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh yeah, they were both in there.
Huh?
That's why I'm getting them mixed up. Yeah. Riri was in there too. She was one of the people shooting out the window. So so I like this trailer. I really I don't believe him. I say that. I think there's gonna be human shit in here. Just from what I've heard, I think it's a human shit. I think they're fucking with us, just to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm going to be severely disappointed. This is what you should do. Just 2 human stops, and the rest is just Transformers going fucking at it.
That's all I
This
want.
trailer
That's
did
all I
everything
want.
right. In terms of getting me excited for the film, it did everything right. I could not be more excited for this film coming off of this trailer. Maybe a second trailer that I will not watch makes things go down significantly, but that's just for me. All right. And I'm going to spoil my thoughts on what I think was the best trailer of the week, because after Transformers, we got the best trailer of the week with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Yep.
Talk about perfection. For
Yep.
a minute and 50 seconds, the music, the imagery, the color, the bright, warm goldens bursting through the shadows, Indy obstructed, like away from the camera, going into the archives, talking with Sala. I miss the desert. I miss the sea. I miss waking up
I
and
miss
wonder.
Indy.
Yeah, and then they give us Indy on top of the train, on a horseback, jumping from a cart to another. Oh man, I was emotional watching this trailer. And that moment of Harrison Ford the aged, my god, that looks amazing already. There's
Han
one
Solo
moment.
showing up in Mandalorian, right? Like that's what's happening now.
I hope not. I hope not.
I hope not either, but it's
There's
possible.
There's one shot where it looks wonky, and I don't get why it looks wonky, because it's him on one of the U.S. parades, and I think it's so the film does take place during the space race, and I think that parade is what they're celebrating, and so you see the horse moving up with its front legs, and then the face of Harrison Ford on its back. It's a little bit wonky, but then you get glimpses of Mads Mikkelsen. You get glimpses of Boyd Holbrook, who I had no idea was in this film. You get a quick shot of Antonio Banderas. I had no idea he was in this film.
Yeah, I forgot he was. He was announced
And
a
then
while
just
ago.
every bit of action looks fan-fucking-tastic. And then that bit at the end, which is the most Indiana Jones thing you can ever do, of them just whipping all the people there and then stand back, and then everyone with the guns, and then he just goes down. Oh man, and John Williams goes fucking hard with the music in this trailer. Just absolute perfection. There's nothing wrong with this trailer. So yeah. Zach?
All right. So I was very stressed the day all of these trailers were coming out. I was doing trailer reactions, and then I was working, and I was in the office. So I would pick up my shit. Like, I have a bag of like shit to record stuff with, and I'd throw it all in the bag and fucking walk back to one of the private rooms, set up again, fucking film, throw it back all in there, go back to my desk, start editing in between stuff. So I was a little bit stressed the first time I watched this trailer, and I really loved what I'd watched. But I couldn't think on it. So after I got home from all my screenings that day, I went home and I rewatched this and Guardians like multiple fucking times, because I just had to like enjoy it in a better setting on a TV with the best possible thing. And first off, my parents love Indiana Jones and they love Guardians of the Galaxy, so I had to show them both trailers. But I showed my dad Indiana Jones. And then I hear my mom hear the music playing, like din, 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 like the small little melt, and she like busted in. She's like, "Are you guys watching any?" I was like, "No, this is the new one." She goes, "There's a new one." I'm like, "I fucking have told you guys like thousands of times there's a new one coming out," but whatever. And we rewatched the trailer again. We watched it like 3 or 4 times, dude. I go back and forth with which one I liked more. I love both Indy and Guardians for different reasons. I think this is my most anticipated film of the year next year, though, is Indiana Jones.
Nice.
Over Dune 2.
It's up there for me now.
Oh, I don't know. It's tough, because I got Dune, Spider-Verse, this, and Guardians that I'm like those are my top 4 for sure. It's just which one goes number 1, which one goes number 2. It just switches and interchanges. But I think James Mangold's gonna do it. I think James Mangold's gonna do it. And I can't wait to see what he pulls off. I think it looks fabulous.
Yeah, it's just got so much heart, so much soul going for it. It's I cannot wait for this film. Cannot
Me too.
wait for
Me
this
too.
movie. And last but not least, certainly not least, because even though it wasn't the best trailer of the week, even though it wasn't even the second best trailer of the week, it is the next, well, not the next, because we got another one coming, but the next movie in the MCU that we still hadn't gotten a trailer for, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And this is a really fun trailer. And a fun trailer, not just because obviously it's the Guardians, obviously it's James Gunn. You got all those little bits and pieces. And I'm going to tell you something, confession right now. When I went to see trailer reactions for this trailer, I didn't even watch the whole thing. I just watched how each person, you, James, Tessa, Chris, Sean, Austin, and everyone, how they react to the moment where Drax picks up the ball. Just boom! To the little ghost face.
I showed my coworker behind me the trailer, and he literally on repeat just kept fucking rewinding to that moment. And so we just sat there laughing.
Nobody expected it. Nobody
No.
expected it.
No. And that trailer
this
was completely different than the Comic-Con one. Almost every scene in this was different than what we saw at Comic-Con. Besides them floating in space with the spacesuits, every trailer, everything was different. That trailer at Comic-Con was like 3 minutes long. So we saw more stuff with Gamora.
You also had you also in the Comic-Con trailer you also had that shot of Baby Rocket with the hand and then the reverse of its face, right?
And we also got the scene of Groot and Star-Lord back to back shooting.
Nice.
But that scene, it's more rendered now. So this one, Groot in my version, Groot only had like 4 arms, I think. Okay. This one, I mean, he has a fuck ton of arms.
Like he has like 8 arms or something.
Which I really dug that. Groot looks so good. Dude,
it's
Layla's, or is it Layla or Lila?
Yeah, Lila.
Okay, who's playing her? James Gunn has said
Daniela Melchior.
That's exact. Yep. Because she's in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So 100%.
Like he announced like 3 secret actors. It was Maria Bakalova, Chuck Woody, and I can't remember his last name, but he's the High Evolutionary, obviously. And then Danielle Melchior, who still hasn't been announced. I bet she's going to be Lila. Yeah. But curious, I think we only see Lila in flashbacks. Because that moment that we do see the trailer of them hanging, it's a younger Rocket. It's a young Rocket for sure.
I hope she's not dead. Like, I hope she's alive, but...
Why do you want her to be alive? Because Rocket's going to die too, so I don't want her to suffer. I'd rather that she just be dead. And, yeah.
I got to tell you, I think they're emphasizing Rocket to die way too much. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's still my top contender. Part of me just does not want him to die.
But they're emphasizing it to the point where it's the only thing that makes sense. Because the way they play it out, story-wise, it's the only thing that makes sense, particularly because he's such a focus of the narrative on this one. But he's also James Gunn's favorite character to the point where James Gunn is walking away. That's also the character that cannot be used by anyone else now that James Gunn is gone. So Rocket needs to be gone as well, and his arc needs to come to completion. Mm-hmm. Like, the movie itself is literally about, quote unquote, facing the music, and it's about how Rocket is now ready for him and every one of his friends to fly up into the infinite beautiful sky one last time, blah, and all that jazz. He's gonna die. And I think he's the only one who's gonna die, by the way. Peter and Gamora walk off into the sunset beautifully. Drax goes whatever the fuck he wants to go, and then Nebula, Mantis, and Groot stick around with the rest of the new Guardians that now... Well, but Cosmo is Guardians adjacent. I think
Cosmo will now join the Guardian, like at the end of this.
I don't think so.
I think Kraglin stays. I think Kraglin stays on board.
Kraglin, yes.
And then
and Warlock.
And Adam,
sticks around as the new leader, I guess. I think. Yeah. I would make him the new leader at least.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I will say the trailer at Comic-Con was more emotional. There's a little bit more emotional lines because you see a little bit more dialogue between Gamora and everyone.
Oh, okay.
So that was like a big thing because we get to actually see like what is Gamora doing. Like we actually saw where she is at right now in her life. But the one thing I'll say out there, I did talk to someone and he said these trailers are very misleading. That's the one thing to keep in. He goes what they've shown in the trailer is nothing. It's like 5% of the film. And
I mean,
at this point,
that makes sense.
Well, clearly,
it's a 1
but
minute,
like
50 seconds out of a 2-hour movie.
but you know what I mean, like not like the heavier parts of the film. So, I don't think I'm gonna watch the next trailer for this one. I think I'm gonna pull a U and not react to the next one. But we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind depending on how views are.
Yeah, I thought this was a really fun trailer. But I mean, just the other two trailers were just better. The Transformers trailer was just more spectacular, more hype, and then the Indiana Jones trailer was just absolute perfection. It looks better, it feels more epic, it has more of a bigger emotional connection, so it just works out better. This is just the first teaser for a franchise that has not gone anywhere, and so it just plays its cards very right, and it does its good job on generating intrigue. But yeah, Rocket is totally biting the dust. Fun trailer. And now we start the hype train for the next year of the MCU, which stick around very soon. I'm going to be having a video up with all the MCU projects of 2023 ranked by excitement for me, along with 2023 comic book projects ranked by excitement. All right. And with that out of the way, it's time to go into your live questions. There's 3 ways of getting your questions to us. One is going over to the community tab and leave your questions there, and we'll do our best to get to them before the show is over. Or if you want to actively support us while you ask great questions, there's a tip link in the description, or you can super chat us, and we guarantee we'll bring up your question on screen. All right, everyone. With that out of the way, let's begin with your questions. And number 1, let me just put my phone on charge because that's what I need to get to your questions. Number 1 comes to us from Lady Aaron. Do you guys think we'll get more surprise movie trailers for the rest of 2022, or do you think nothing could top this week? I mean, topping this week, it's a matter of how many do we get like in 1 week or in 1 day, or if there's another convention. Do we think we get more movie trailers? I'm sure. I mean, Indiana Jones is out, so that will be up with Avatar when that comes out in like 2 weeks. Other than that, I don't know. I really don't know what's left to come out. So I'm not counting on like anything major to come out for the rest of the year. Zach?
I think we get Spider-Verse 2 before the end of the year, so that way it plays in front
with Puss in Boots. No, that's
no. I was just gonna say with Avatar in general. I think all these trailers that just came out are all gonna play in front of Avatar. Mario, Transformers, Indy, Guardians, Ant-Man. Maybe we get one more Ant-Man, but I think they'll probably wait till January to drop that last one, probably when tickets are on sale now. Type of thing comes up because it comes out in February. But Spider-Verse probably, because Spider-Verse is around June or July. Kind of makes sense. Same with Indies around that same time. So kind of makes sense to just kind of bring that in. Other than that, no. But maybe I mean, is there any Disney movies that haven't gotten a trailer besides Miss Marvel? And I mean, when's Little Mermaid come out? I guess that's the only other one I could see.
That's gotta be a summer movie, right?
I think so. May 26th. Okay, so like maybe Little Mermaid. I could see Little Mermaid getting, but
another Disney
really
water
want
movie.
to put like, is it smart to do another water movie during Avatar? Because then at that point with Black Panther, what would we get with Black Panther? An Avatar trailer. Now, I don't know. It's kind of a little weird. I might wait until Ant-Man.
But you don't want to take the attention away from Indiana Jones. and like you
Yeah.
already got that one for Avatar. So yeah, it's odd.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know
they
where
will.
else you put
I
it.
think
Yeah.
Disney's done for the year.
Lady Aaron, what are some of the biggest surprise plot twists that you saw when playing a video game that caught you completely off guard? No idea. Zach,
What was the question? I was trying to pull up the question.
plot twists in video games.
I can't say it
Oh,
because I know
okay.
you haven't beaten the game.
Yeah,
So that's why
I
there's stuff.
understood.
There's
I
stuff.
immediately
There's a
understood
lot of
why you
stuff.
couldn't say
Yeah.
it.
There's a lot of
I mean,
stuff I could get into.
I completely saw coming that Atreus was Loki in the first God of War. I'll tell you that much. That was obvious from the very beginning.
Oh yeah, that one was There's a couple that I just, even though they're not huge in that game, there's just more stuff that I'm like.
Yeah. Do you have anything outside of that game? Because you're hardcore into games. I'm sure you have more.
Dude, Last of Us Part 2, if it didn't get leaked to me that Joel would have died, that would have been the biggest fucking thing to me. It's fucking sucks. I found that out months ago. I'm looking at my games
I
now.
didn't.
No, not in recent memory, to be honest. Most of the time I just see it coming. I am really liking Pokemon, by the way. I have 15 hours in it. I just finished my 5th gym.
Cool.
And that
Which
was
one is your 5th?
Because
you can
the ice one.
Oh,
yeah,
ice one.
I did. I've done Ice, Ghost, Bug.
Bug was
Poison.
my first because I got the fire starter.
Yeah, same, fucking same. But yeah, no, I'm loving it.
Nice.
I think my Pokemon are around like the 45 level. I just got Tinkaton.
Okay.
I really like Tinkaton.
Nice. Tinkaton is cool.
And then I found a Haunter, so I'm very excited because now I'm gonna trade my fiance for Gengar so I can get him to evolve. Yeah. Oh, dude, I love Primate's new.
Such a fucking cool evolution,
dude,
and its stats are good too.
Yeah,
he's on my main
I have
team.
that. Like my team right now is
Annihilate.
The Crocodile, a Haunter. I have that that little cute little dinosaur, but it's evolved into like the shell, so it's like a couple more levels till it hits that, and then Lavatar or something like that.
Larvitar, yeah. Now it's a.
And then I had Teddy Ursa on there, but then I just wanted him to evolve. I didn't really care for him. I just wanted him to evolve, but. Yeah, and then I have that Marleap. Is that what it is? That little blue fat little thing. Yeah, I have that on my team right now. I had a Gyarados, but like it kind of was ass, so I just fucking switched it for that. So,
all right,
whatever.
Lady Aaron, what are some upcoming movies to which you refuse to watch any trailers of before seeing the movie? I don't refuse to watch any trailers. There are some trailers I might decide I'm not going to watch it, but I don't outright refuse to watch anything. Do you have any like that, Zach?
Most A24 movies I try not to watch the trailer for, and most Pixar films I try not to watch the trailer for. And the reason I don't do Pixar is because Pixar movies are typically an hour 40 minutes, and I just don't want to see anything. I'll probably see like snippets of it, like Elemental. I still haven't seen the trailer for. So, yeah, and I didn't watch Lightyear.
So you haven't seen the trailer for Elemental?
I've seen snippets of it just from like online, but yeah, I haven't. I haven't overall seen it.
What are some movies that you feel really bad of not getting the chance to see before the end of 2022 that you really want to see? You'll have to ask at the beginning of 2023 because right now we're still in 2022. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what I'm going to miss by the end of the year. I don't know how I'm going to be watching Puss in Boots, but maybe I will be watching Puss in Boots. Other than that, Babylon this week, The Fabelmans the week after. So everything is going according to plan. Zach?
I can't really answer it either.
All right.
I'm trying to think though, because I mean, if you ask me TV, there's a lot of TV I still haven't watched, but movie wise, I don't know.
I mean, but TV, it's a different thing. Like TV is always a matter of there's just too much, and
Yeah, movie
movies is
wise, I guess Decision to Leave, and that's
oh
just because they were supposed to send me a screening.
mhm.
They never did, and to be honest, I just don't care to follow up. Like I'm just busy, so
All right, that's right.
I heard a lot. Like my friend who we aligned very much on the same feelings on each movie saw it, and he didn't really like it. And I have a feeling that's
Oh, okay.
kind of might be me. And I was not a fan of Drive My Car last year. I fucking hated Drive My Car. So,
Nothing to do with that movie.
oh, it's different, very different.
But like it's the director of Old Boy.
Oh, this one. I thought it was the same director as Drive My Car for some reason.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That kind of is it good? You've seen it though, right? Yeah.
I'm in the minority, and I think it's good. Most people like absolutely fucking adore
and
it
that's what
too
my
high,
friend
and I'm
was.
like,
He's
this
like,
is good. It's not quite great, but I went I went a B. I went 3.5 on it. Like it's a
Okay.
good movie. But yeah.
Maybe I'll follow up.
Hang on. How do you feel about Strange World bombing really badly at the box office, possibly losing Disney around $100 million? It's on them. Like they didn't market this movie for some reason.
No. They haven't really marketed any movies this year, in my opinion. I think a lot of their marketing's been asked this year.
I mean, Disney just doesn't know how to market their original animations. Like if you go, let's say I know Lion King 2 exists, but go with me. Lion King 2, they wouldn't know how to market. Little Mermaid 2, they would know how to market. And Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, they would know how to market. When it comes to their original with their original animated films, they never know quite how to grab an audience with them, which is a shame because it veers off the norm. They came out with a Tangle, they knew how to market because it's a princess movie. Frozen, it's a princess movie. Moana, it's a princess movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then these films that veer off the norm and they like get paralyzed about what to do with them, and it's a shame. Zach?
Yeah, I mean for the most part, yeah. I even think they failed in marketing Lightyear. That was like one of the worst marketing campaigns ever that Disney's done. And I don't know if it was a Bob Chapek thing. I don't know if it'll not be. But yeah, you are right. Like a lot of these weird, not even weird, just different concepts that aren't princess movies somehow fail. I think the last one that actually did really good was Zootopia, and that's because it's a bunch of animals. Like,
Moana came after that.
Yeah, but Zootopia made $1 billion. That's what I mean. Like, I'm talking about like making a fuck ton of money. That's not like Moana is still like it's not a princess movie, but in some ways it kind of is.
It is.
And you have The Rock on that one. So I don't know. It sucks. I didn't love Strange World. I just liked it. But
yeah, I thought it was fun.
It sucks now because now that was like not a spiritual successor to Treasure Planet, but it was another adventure movie that they tried to do.
Don't you dare mention that movie on the same breath as Treasure Planet.
Well, I got Treasure Planet right here.
Shut up.
I know. One day.
Too soon.
Man.
Too soon, Zach. Lady Aaron, what was your favorite aspect about playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Just the world, catching Pokemon, going to the gyms, beating the gyms, doing the Team Star challenges. That was fun. What was your favorite storyline of the game of the 3 branching paths?
I think she reads about Team Star, the gyms, and then the Titan stuff.
Oh, the Titan stuff was really fun. Like
honestly, I think the Team Star battle, like the raiding their stuff, like fighting the cars, is the stupidest thing in the game. I hate that stuff. That's just
I think it's fun. But like you can't really pick one or the other because in between Titans you need the other stuff to get your Pokemon levels up, because otherwise you get to one of the Titans which is like in level 40, 45 and your Pokemon are still in level 20. So it doesn't work like that. Favorite character, I don't know, my character. He's the best. I don't care about any of the other ones.
I agree. I think they're all annoying.
I don't think they're annoying, but it's like they're not much characters. Like they don't talk, so it's hard to really get fucking invested.
I will say this: the next Pokemon game has to have voice acting. Has to have voice acting.
Yeah.
Like it's come on, we're in fucking 2022, Nintendo.
You get laughing sounds now, which is progress.
Yeah,
it's progress.
It's progress.
Do you think this game will get some sort of DLC like Sword and Shield?
I think they've already announced that.
I don't want to say shocked, but I'd be surprised if they don't, because like I said, it feels like we should have more legendaries. Because like the 4 treasures of ruin thing, it feels like they should give you access to something, and as of right now, they don't. So I hope. So I hope they work around on that. Actually, I never got around to get the DLC for Sword and Shield, so I need to get on that. All right. Dominican Scott, what are some movies that you enjoyed that ended up being rotten? I don't know. I would have to have a list of every rotten movie. Like I would have to care about Rotten Tomatoes to know off the top of my head which movies are rotten. Do you have anything that comes to the top of your head, Zach?
Is Treasure Planet rotten or fresh?
I mean, if it is, it shouldn't be, because it should be 100%.
I'm gonna look at it.
It should be 110%.
69%.
Oh, fuck off. Is that rotten?
Yeah, it's rotten to me. No, it's fresh.
Okay. Then that one doesn't make the list.
I don't know. That's tough. Serenity. There you go.
All right. Dominican Scott, not that the hype has died down for the Batman, what do you still think of it? My thoughts haven't changed. It's one of the best movies of the year. It's one of the best Batman movies ever made. Everything about it is spectacular, and I do not want to wait till 2025 to get the second one. Zach?
It's still my favorite film of the year, so take that as what you will.
All right. So many people criticize Zack Snyder's films for being either terrible or too long, but not with the Batman. Somehow they gave everything a pass. Well, they didn't give everything a pass, man. It just worked for people. That's implying that those 20 or 35 minutes or whatever is part of some formula that you attach to each movie, and it always works or it always doesn't. And that's just not the case. I wouldn't take anything out of the Batman because it needed every bit of its scenes, it needed every bit of its minutes. And even as a Zack Snyder fan, sometimes his films don't. Like his Watchmen movie certainly doesn't need to be that long. There are moments in that film that you could cut out. But then I would change nothing about Man of Steel, for instance, because Man of Steel is fucking perfection. It's even better than the Batman, if you ask me. So, yeah. Zach?
Same thoughts as you. I don't really have that much more. Pretty much everything you said. I mean, it just depends on the person in the movies. Like, I mean, with Zack Snyder, I disagree on Watchmen personally. I really like Watchmen.
I really like it too.
So, but Man of Steel, yeah, like I wouldn't take any scenes out of there. In fact, I would probably add more. Give me more. Give me more of Henry Cavill as Superman. But like, also look at Batman v Superman. I mean, I'm in the minority, maybe, but I did not like that original cut. But then I love the Ultimate cut because of what he put back in there. But where every scene that he put back in there needed, no, there's a couple scenes I still would have taken out, and you could have put something else there. But it just depends on each person.
I mean, I think I'm in the minority where I like the original cut and I like the Ultimate Edition where it's not that much better. It actually still has a ton of the same issues. So, yeah. Next up, we have Eric Thorpe. Which franchises that don't have a holiday special do you think should have one? I want the Game of Thrones one. Good question. What franchises? Well, Power Rangers.
Does the Power Rangers have one?
Yeah, every fucking season, and it's it's such a side story that I wish they had a proper Christmas special. Um, like the Christmas specials that they do, the Christmas episodes always come like after the season is over, and it's usually just a clip show episode. Um, so that doesn't really matter to the narrative. Um, I don't know, more franchises within the MCU to have a holiday special. Like, give me a Thor holiday special. Give me an Ant-Man holiday special.
That'd
Like,
be
just
cool.
Scott with his daughter and his ex-wife and Bobby Cannavale, uh, just spending the holidays together. That would be nice. Um, what else? Do you have any ideas?
I mean, I was gonna say Deadpool. We technically got one, but that was fucking awful.
Yeah,
So,
that
but I would
wasn't.
like, I hated that PG-13 version. Everything with the holiday stuff was cool. Everything with the that was terrible for me. So I'm down for like an actual Deadpool Christmas holiday special on Disney Plus or Hulu or whatever they want to put it. But um, I guess maybe Spider-Man. It would be cool to see Tom Holland taking on more like a villain on Christmas Eve or
Mm,
something. He doesn't have family to go
yeah,
to, so
Spider-Man. Yeah.
he can do save the city. What villain would be cool to see in a Christmas special for a Spider-Man film?
Ooh. What?
Like Hobgoblin's coming to mind, but we just had Green Goblin, so I don't want to go with him.
Yeah, no,
I'd
I
want like a
want
smaller
Hobgoblin to be
villain.
an actual villain. I don't Hydro Man, I guess,
Yeah,
because then he gets frozen and turns into snow.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. All right. Eric Thorpe, since I'm heading to LA in a few days for the first official Game of Thrones convention, I was wondering if you guys have been before. Excuse me. So if you guys have been, and if there is anything you recommend checking out while there, particularly movie theaters or anything else, I haven't left Europe ever in my life, so I cannot recommend anything. I mean, I'd say go to the Griffith Observatory, um, and go to the Chinese theater because like that's just what I recognize in movies and all that. But Zach, you have friends from there, and what do you say Eric does while he's there?
Well, definitely those two things. I would also say the AMC. There's an AMC near there. Just look up biggest AMC theater. I don't know
Okay.
exactly what it's called because I've never gone. I've seen it.
Mhm.
There's a Funko Giant store in Hollywood, so I
Nice.
recommend going there. That's for sure. But I mean, honestly, just like explore. Like, I think the coolest part about LA is just to walk around and to see like what you can find and just do your kind of own your research because I'm not sure what else you're into. If you do want collectibles, go to Frank and Sons. I've never been there. That's another place. I just know that I'll spend a lot of money, so I don't go there for that reason. But
Always
apparently you
heard
get
good
a lot of
things.
cool shit. Yeah. So, but absolutely, just have fun. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I'm not sure what actual location your convention's in. I'm not sure if you're just trying to walk around or if you're trying to drive. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of fun stuff you can do.
All right, Andrew Seif. Question for Zach: with the release of The Whale, will he do a Darren Aronofsky movie ranking video so we finally have a reason to see Black Swan?
So we're gonna see if I have time to do it. I want to just do a reaction actually to Black Swan because I've never seen it. I don't even know what it's
Mhm.
about. Will I do
Think really hard. It's called Black Swan.
well, yeah. I mean, but the question is, will I do a ranking? Probably not, because there's a fuck ton of his movies I have not seen. And I do not have the
Okay.
time to watch them. Like, I'm going through his list right now. I haven't seen Pie. I haven't finished Requiem for a Dream. I haven't
I
seen The
haven't
Fountain.
started.
I've seen Wrestler, Noah, Mother, and now The Whale.
Mother.
So I just don't have the time to. And the release strategy is very weird. It's in theaters now, then it extends a little bit more next week, then it extends a little bit more next week, and it does that for like 5 weeks.
Oh well.
So it's just I don't I don't really like movies like that, and it's hard to kind of time doing a director ranking on that. So,
All right. Andrew C. also asks, do you think we will ever see Zatanna in live action? Ever? Yes. Anytime soon? Well, depends on what you define as soon. In the next 5 years, I don't think so. In the next 10 years, maybe. I wouldn't count it out. And who would be your top casting choices? Obviously, you have to go Alexandra Daddario. Rachel McAdams will be a great Zatanna. The girl who plays Yennefer in The Witcher, she'd be a great choice. Ana de Armas would be a great fit as well. Those are just 4 actresses that would fit the role very well. Zach?
I agree with all those actresses. Do we ever see it? Yeah. I think they're still trying to do a Justice League Dark now. Obviously, James Gunn took over. James Gunn is the type to bring Justice League Dark to fruition. So, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if we see that, and also don't be shocked if maybe we get her in that John Constantine sequel that they're doing with Keanu Reeves. If that's still happening,
that's where Rachel McAdams came to mind for me. Like, she would be great bouncing off of.
She really would.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, and I would love to see her in that. I mean, she doesn't really get anything to do in Doctor Strange, so.
All right. Dominican Scott, is DC going back to the old ways? Remember when comic book movies used to get tie-in video games every time there was a movie? Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and others. Yeah, I remember those days. Those were not good video games for the most part.
No.
Is DC going back? I mean, too soon to tell. They haven't done it yet. There was no video game for the Batman. There was no video game for the Suicide Squad. There was no video game for Black Adam. So right now, they clearly aren't. Not so far. Zach, what do you think?
I think his question goes on this, where James Gunn said gaming will be a part of the next universe of connective tissue.
That's right. He said he was going to connect, but I think he meant we'll have, instead of just movies connecting, we'll have video games connecting. So the video games will not be a Suicide Squad movie, so a Suicide Squad game comes out. It'll be just Suicide Squad 2, but then a Black Adam adventure in between movies happens in a video game. And so by the next Black Adam movie, you need the story of the video game or something.
Which he did come up and follow up on that. Not every DC game will be like connected, but there could be some. Which I think makes sense because it's rumored NetherRealm is announcing their next game soon. And there's rumors it is Injustice 3. So I doubt that would be canon. Same thing with this new Suicide Squad game coming out. That is definitely not going to be canon. So
no, obviously you can't have every game be canon.
Yeah, and plus there's a rumor there's a new Batman game that they're developing behind house. So
okay.
So
it's not going to be Kevin Conroy though. It's not going to be Kevin Conroy.
Sadly not.
GKVP, can we name Chris Pratt? No, wait, I missed one. Well, since it's Chris Pratt's trailer week, did you ever get the feeling when you watched the Mario trailer that they're basically making Mario into Emmett from the Lego movie? Maybe that's why they cast him as Mario, because both are ordinary, happy-go-lucky guys who get to go on an adventure through a world where they're out of element, and eventually, by the end, becomes the hero. Now that you bring it up, yeah, but it's a little bit different because Emmett was part of that world. He knew where he was at. He just didn't want to be the hero. Like Mario gets thrown into a completely new world that he didn't know existed. So slightly different, but I can see the similarities as well. Zach?
Oh, for sure. I think for me, I see the similarities, but I mean, they're different.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I had an accidental refresh, so I need to go back. Gigo EP, can we name Chris Pratt and Zoe Saldana the king and queen of the big franchises? Both are in the MCU with Guardians. Both are in $2 billion franchises. Two $2 billion franchises, Jurassic World and Avatar, as well as the Star Trek and Lego films. Also, they're the best MCU couple. No, they're not. They're not Captain America and Peggy Carter. I apologize. But yeah, I mean, they're right now. They're the king and queen of at least each of them at least 3 cinematic franchises. Even though Star Trek fell off the wayside, cinematically speaking. Zach?
I think it's cool that they both get that, but I also think it's cool that Zoe Saldana gets that. I think she's such an underrated actress.
She's the best Guardian.
Rocket's my favorite, but yeah, she's really great.
Didn't hear
I
you
just want
disagree.
more of her.
All right. Demonesian Scott, what DC and Marvel movies would you consider to be a Christmas movie? Well, there you go. We already talked about a bunch of Marvel ones. I want to see an Aquaman Christmas Christmas movie, like Christmas Underwater. I want to see that.
I would have said The Flash would be probably have a cool Christmas movie.
No, he just beats up people with a tree.
Yeah,
you just put a mistletoe. You know what that means? Punch in the face. That's what that means, bitch.
Choke a woman out.
Here's a mistletoe. I'm kidding. It's a wreath that I'm going to choke you in. That's a Christmas with the Flash.
Let me ruin everyone else's chance of getting a career.
Exactly.
Dude, what is the chance that James Gunn keeps him?
I want to say 5% at best, because I hope James Gunn has more of a brain. Gigo P, it's close to the end of the year, gentlemen. I still need to catch up on a lot of movies. What are some recs that you got before the best lists?
Puss in Boots, if you can possibly see it when it comes out.
If you haven't seen the Chippendale movies, they're not several. It's not a franchise, at least yet. That one is a great watch.
Banshees of Inisherin. The Menu.
Glass Onion, Women Talking is fantastic.
Del Toro's Pinocchio.
Athena on Netflix. Del Toro's Pinocchio will be on Netflix.
Prey.
All Quiet on the Western Front is on Netflix. Prey.
The Woman King.
Fresh is still one of the best movies of the year.
Cha-Cha Real Smooth.
The Bad Guys. Weird, the Ali Yankovic story. Bullet Train.
Hustle with Adam Sandler. Ambulance.
Ambulance is so good. It's so good. Yeah, those are. I'm starting to go into the 3-star territory. I'd say it's not one of my.
The outfit's very underrated. If you did not watch The Outfit this year, watch it. That one's really good.
The outfit falls off the wayside hard in the last 10 minutes, and I didn't love this one, but do watch Tar. I do think it's one of the most important movies of the year, just because of the attention it's getting, the performances.
She'll probably
beyond magnificent. But yeah, Tar is good. I like Tar, don't get me wrong, but yeah. The Bad Guys. And yeah, that's it. And The Sun, if you can catch The Sun. The Sun is brilliant. All right. Great question, though. Let me see if we have any more. We do. Cool.
Surprised you didn't say Triangle of Sadness.
Triangle of Sadness is good. Yeah, watch that. I like that. Jacob P, what's a movie you guys hated so much that you simply don't get why people love it, and also movies you love so much that you don't get why people crap on them? Well, movies I love so much I don't get why people crap on it. It's The Sun, 100%. And movies I hated so much I don't get why people love it. It's Blonde, for sure. So yeah, easy. One of the easiest questions ever. Good question. Don't get me wrong. It's not. I'm not saying it's a bad question, but yeah, those are just in recent memories. That's the one. I'm not the only one who likes The Sun. No, I'm not. Maybe I'm the only one who loves it this much, but I'm not the only one who loves The Sun. Zach?
The people, I don't know off the top of my head, but I will agree on Blonde. I don't get the love for that movie that some people have.
Yeah, it's makes me feel icky when someone says
Yeah.
I like the movie. I'm like, ew, okay.
I felt icky
Uh,
watching.
GKP, biggest surprises, disappointments, overrated and underrated movies this year. I feel like you asked this question before. For me, surprise, Spirited, disappointing, Don't Worry, Darling, and Thor: Love and Thunder. How that's just wrong. Overrated, Nope. I agree with that. Underrated, Bullet Train. Bullet Train is a good one. Underrated, I'm going to go The Sun. Overrated, I'm gonna agree with your Nope. Disappointing. Disappointing. White Noise. I liked White Noise. I went positive on White Noise, but it did disappoint me. I mean, it's coming off of Marriage Story. Of course, it disappointed me. Biggest surprise. Biggest surprise. I mean, it's got to be Top Gun Maverick, right? Because I was super excited for it. It was in my most anticipated movies of the year, but from that to be the best movie of the year and to be the movie that, yeah, nothing's really come even close to beating it out. Because nothing even came close to surpassing The Batman and The Northman, which stand behind it. So yeah, that's got to be the biggest surprise for me. Zach, what about you?
Underrated wise, I'm gonna say Emily the Criminal. I really liked Emily the Criminal. I don't think enough people talked about that one. Overrated wise, Tar. I like it, but I don't think it's fantastic.
I don't get best of the year. The
Disappointing.
movie. I get the performance. I get the performance. The movie itself, no.
Disappointing. When I say this, just know again that I like this movie. Doctor Strange. I thought Doctor Strange could have been better. In a lot of ways. So, and then surprise. I'm not gonna say Top Gun, but I'm gonna say Ambulance. I thought that was gonna be fucking awful. I thought it was gonna be awful.
Oh, nice. Yep. So, I agree with that.
I have it on 4K. So
I still don't have it. You know what I do have in 4K? It just arrived. Steelbook, baby. One of the best movies of the year as well.
Oh, that's a dope one. That's better than the one we got out here.
Which one do you have?
It's like I didn't buy it, but let me see if I can find it real fast. I'll share my screen.
Let's do the big reveal and see if the
disc JK, we didn't even get one out here. That's the only one we could have bought. I would have to have bought it out of the country. Yo, what is this though? I just found Dragon Ball Z
art, Zach.
4x3 Steelbook seasons, all of the seasons.
All the seasons? It's like $250.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
We got that one here.
Hey, have you ever watched Kai on off chance? Have you watched Kai?
No, because Kai is essentially it takes away like
Stuckman's review, so it kind of intrigued me.
Yeah, I've never seen it because I watched Dragon Ball. I watched the Portuguese dub because it's the thing I grew up with, and we never got Kai with the Portuguese dub, so I've never even tried. I would if I had the chance.
I was gonna try.
If you have access to it, I'd say give it a shot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna try it because Stuckman's review kind of intrigued me to watch it.
I
never planned on watching it before, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, same. Luis Feliciano, Ren and Zach, thoughts on Michael Gandolfini joining Daredevil Born Again? I mean, not much to think about. We have no clue who he's playing. I haven't seen any rumors. We were joking how he's forget about it, man, which has the power of being every Italian American stereotype rolled into one person. But yeah, I don't know who he's playing.
I have a guess.
Zach?
I think it's going to be Kingpin's son. I think he's playing Kingpin's son. I genuinely think that. 100%. I think they're going to give him a son.
Okay. All right.
And
interesting.
Do not be surprised if Vanessa's in it. Like the actual actress. I think every actor is coming back besides, and if they do Elektra, and which I think is totally wrong if they do not bring her back, I think her name's Aloyda Young. Is that it? Or
Elodie.
Elodie. I will be disappointed if they recast Elektra because I think she was fantastic in that role. But yeah, I think everyone in that universe.
And if you want to bring that actress back, she's dead.
Yeah, you can bring her back. It's a different universe.
I mean, I saw a recast rumor that I'd be like, I saw if she was recast.
I saw the recast one.
Not
too.
gonna lie.
It was
good. All right, GeekOP, Ren, do you see the weekly ranking and the voice actor question below? I didn't see any voice actor question. Zoe Saldana, Chris Pratt.
Didn't we answer the voice acting question?
Do you see it?
I thought it was the Chris Pratt one.
No.
I don't
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. It was right below. Okay. My bad. GeekOP, weekly ranking. Like if we missed it in the live chat, I apologize. GeekOP, what do you think is a great voice acting performance? With divisive reaction to Pratt's Mario and the whole discussion about celebrities taking jobs from professional voice actors, do you respond more with when someone at least changes their voice to fit a character, or when an actor just uses their regular voice, but it actually fits the character, and at least they're energetic, like how people responded positively to Charlie Day's Luigi despite not doing the accent, but at least sounding energetic. But are critical towards Pratt and even Anya Taylor-Joy's speech, saying they're phoning it in. I completely disagree that Anya Taylor-Joy is phoning it in. A great voice acting performance is exactly just like a regular great performance. It's just that you have to do everything that an actor does with their voice, with their eyes, with their micro expressions, with their body language, but just with your voice. Whether the animated character is doing that or not, you have to be able to close your eyes, hear that voice, and understand exactly emotionally what is going on with that character through the vocal performance. So Chris Pratt may be doing a great voice performance. I think Chris Pratt is a great voice actor, and so he's doing a great vocal performance in the role of Mario. It's just that voice is not a fit for Mario. So it's a balance of everything. You can give a legit great performance, like Ben Foster. Ben Foster in Warcraft. Remember that? He didn't give a bad performance. He was just a miserable fit to play that character. But he gave a great performance because he's fucking Ben Foster. He's awesome. So yeah, that's my take, at least. Zach, what do you think?
No, I agree with you. For the most part, I told you I need to hear a little bit more of Anya Taylor-Joy's voice, just because it didn't reach out to me, but she also only said 2 lines.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
She sounds great, man.
I'm excited to see with what they bring in.
All right, and I think this is the final question. Yeah. Just refreshed it, and this is the final question as of right now. Deminising Scott, are you excited for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moons? I think it's Rebel Moon. But yeah, I am. I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I like the idea. This is like his Star Wars for him. It's like what he considers to be his Star Wars, like one of his original ideas. It's his biggest one. So I am excited. I cannot wait to see what he does with it. Let's hope it pays off. Zach?
I think it's going to be awesome because I love Zack Snyder. I'm very biased. I like a majority of his movies. So I'd be surprised. I'm just, Netflix, maybe you should put it in theaters for longer than 7 days. Let's just say that. So I think that's what in more theaters. And in more theaters, yes. Because the fact that you only had Glass Onion in 7 days is kind of stupid. That was the dumbest decision.
It's really dumb. It's not wanting to make money. All right, everyone. And that will do it for this week's This Week in Geek. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for your great questions that you left us on on the live community tab. Sorry for missing one question here and there. We got back to it, so no worries there. Zach, what do you got coming up this week, and where can people find you?
Well, you definitely are going to get that Babylon reaction this week and review embargo's not up yet, but you'll get my reaction for sure. So lots of fun things coming up this week. Emancipation review, Empire of Light review, spoiler alert review, and all sorts of fun things like that.
All right. GKOP with his weekly ranking. Number 6, Slumberland. Number 5, Wednesday. Number 4, The Wonder. Number 3, Intergalactic. I definitely put The Wonder over Intergalactic and Slumberland as well. Number 2, Violet Night. Great birthday watch. Well, happy belated birthday to you, my friend. That's a great birthday movie. And number 1, The Menu, one of the best of the year. 100%. The Menu is spectacular. All right. As far as for me this week, I think I can finally give you my Willow review, like episodes 1 through 7. I finally got done watching it. The first part of the week is a little bit slow, but I will also be watching Babylon on Friday. So you definitely want to stick around and wait for the review for that whenever that one drops. I know when it drops. We're just choosing not to tell you. But ring those notification bells, because Zach and I will be dropping our Babylon reviews at the same time.
At a weird time.
Everyone else, it's a very weird time for sure.
I think that's probably the day of the premiere. I feel like that's probably.
I'm very excited for it. I'm very, very excited. I cannot wait. Thank you all so much once more for joining us. We'll be back next week. The penultimate show in this for 2022. And we'll see you then. So until the next one, love each other. I love the movies. Bye-bye, everyone.